Until recently, not even the libs thought that transgender people exist. Look no further than the woman who created the TV show Friends. Friends is the absolutely liberal sitcom par excellence from the 1990s. These people living in New York, living kind of liberal, decadent lives. It pushes a broadly liberal, not exclusively, but broadly liberal message. And one of the jokes in the show is that Chandler's father is a transvestite. That was one of the jokes in the show. And now the co-creator, Marta Kauffman, has had to apologize for this. She says, "We kept referring to Chandler's father, to Helena, the character, as Chandler's father, even though Chandler's father was trans." And she suggested that they ought to have referred to Chandler's father once he had transitioned as Chandler's mother. She says, "Pronouns were not yet something that I understood, so we didn't refer to that character as she. That was a mistake." So the whole reason that they had this character of Chandler's father who was a transvestite is because it's funny. Because men aren't supposed to do that. It was funny. And so the juxtaposition, the incongruity there is funny, and it's supposed to make you laugh on the situational comedy. But now we're living in a world of absurdity. We're living in clown world. And so the things that were funny, even to the liberals 20 years ago, are now very somber and serious. And now this woman, Marta Kauffman, the things she's saying on her apology tour are much funnier than anything that ever aired on Friends. The idea that when a father pretends to be a woman, that he all of a sudden becomes your mother, that is much crazier even than saying that a man can become a woman. Chandler's father on Friends, I can't believe we're spending this much time on Chandler's father and this stupid TV show, but Chandler's father, even if he puts on a dress, even if he calls himself Helena, even if everyone accepts that he is now actually a woman, still would not be Chandler's mother. Chandler's father did not bear Chandler in his womb. Chandler's father did not give birth to Chandler. Chandler's father, even if he forces everybody to accept the absurd notion that he is now a woman, Chandler's father cannot possibly ever have been or be now Chandler's mother. A mother is an actual role that involves having done something to another person. To be a mother is to define yourself in a relationship to another person, namely your child. And if you do not have the relationship of mother and child, then you can't be that mother. This is the logical, illogical conclusion of radical individualism. But it reminds us, I'm sure Marta Kauffman did not sign up for this when she went on her apology tour about the transvestite jokes, but it actually shows you why the leftist and hyper-individualist, even you sometimes see it on the right, why these views of humanity are ultimately insufficient. The view that we're just living for us, just me, all hyper-individualism. On the left, they talk about it socially. On the right, they tend to talk it more economically. But the idea that we are just individuals born as free-floating atoms, that's ridiculous. The way that we view our identities in society are relational, because man is a social creature, the political animal. We define our roles in life in relation to one another. If you're a wife, that means that you have a husband. You cannot be a wife if you don't have a husband. If you're a mother, you have to have a child. You cannot be a mother without having a child. If you're a child, a son or a daughter, means you have to have a mother or a father. We are relational beings. That's why you have to have some grasp on reality. Because if we're all just living in our own deluded fantasy lands, we sever the connection that we have to one another. We can no longer even communicate. We can't even use the word woman. Right now, go to ramp.com/Knowles. Do you want a better way to simplify your business finances across expenses, payments, accounting? If so, Ramp could be a complete game changer. Ramp is a corporate card and financial software suite designed to help you save time and put money back in your pocket. Ramp gives finance teams unprecedented control and insight into company spend. With Ramp, you are able to create budgets, issue cards to every employee with limits and restrictions, and automate expense reporting so you can stop wasting time at the end of every month. Ramp's accounting software automatically collects receipts and categorizes your expenses in real time so you don't have to. I absolutely love this software. The time you will save each month on employee expenses will allow you to close your books in days, not weeks. Ramp saves you money. Businesses that use Ramp save an average of 3.3% the first year. That's a lot of money. Ramp is easy to use. Get started, issue virtual and physical cards, start making payments in less than 15 minutes, whether you've got 5 employees or 5,000. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Go to ramp.com/Knowles, ramp.com/KNWLES. Cards issued by Celtic Bank, members FDIC. I discovered a contradiction on dead naming. I did. I've just, on behalf of the transgender community, I've discovered a great travesty that has gone on in Hollywood, of all places. Ellen Page, she who must not be named, she who, if you name her on Twitter, you will be kicked off of Twitter and booted out of the public square. Ellen Page, the actress who now says she's a man and goes by Elliot Page, is being dead named. Dead named, that's when you call someone by their real name, not their new crazy fake name. She is being dead named by Hollywood, by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, by the Oscars. If you go on the Oscars website, you will notice that they still list Ellen Page under their nominees because she was nominated for that movie, Juno. And we all laugh because, yes, of course, even if you think that she's a man now, which she isn't, she obviously was a woman in Juno. It's a movie about a woman getting an abortion. Though I guess you could talk to that Berkeley professor and she'd say that men can get abortions too. We all look at that, we say, Ellen didn't call herself Elliot in those days. Ellen called herself Ellen and knew that she was a woman. She's called herself Ellen for 33 of her 35 years on Earth. So, of course, but the new rule on Wikipedia, on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on all these places is if someone now identifies with a new name and new pronouns, you have to refer to that person by those names, by that name and by those pronouns when referring to their entire life. And here we see an example of a contradiction. The Academy, we're now halfway into July. The Academy still has its pride flag up on its social media profiles. So it says we're the LGBT, as LGBT as they come. Well, they are dead naming Ellen Page. Are they going to be kicked off of Twitter? Are they going to be booted out of the public square? Are they, probably not. They're probably not going to face any consequences at all. But it is rank hypocrisy. The Academy gets to dead name Ellen Page. Jordan Peterson does not. What's that about? Well, what that's about is there's 2 sets of rules. I'm so glad you like that clip. I am so close. I'm so close to 1 million subscribers. I need you, please. I'm asking. You've got to ring that bell, like, subscribe. You've got to send this channel to your friends. Say subscribe right now so that Michael can reach 1 million subscribers and then the overlords at YouTube will completely nuke his channel and we will accelerate the liberal takeover of social media, and then we can finally fight back and get through all of this madness. That's what it's really all about, folks. Go subscribe. We'll see you next time.